raw. So yeah, I couldn't eat it. Big disappointment, MrBeast Burger.
Ordered from the Val Vista baseline location and got raw meat.
The very next month, Jimmy would file a $100 million lawsuit against Virtual Dining Concepts, alleging that they caused material irreplaceable harm to the MrBeast brand.
MrBeast Burger was once one of the fastest growing restaurant brands on the planet. It launched hundreds of locations overnight, generated more than $100 million in revenue, and attracted crowds large enough to shut down traffic. Then, customers started receiving burnt food, missing items, and burgers that appeared to be completely raw. MrBeast eventually admitted that he had signed a terrible deal and claimed his own business partner wouldn't allow him to shut the company down. So he sued them, they sued him back, and one of the biggest influencer businesses ever created became a legal and reputational nightmare. But 4 years earlier, MrBeast Burger looked absolutely unstoppable.
That one seemed like a bit of a gamble for me. Like if someone's like, hey, do you want to do virtual kitchens? I'd probably land on no.
Own a mom and pop restaurant. You literally just sign up, go through the course, you learn how to make all the stuff on a menu, and you just order our ingredients and our packaging, and then you just flick it on Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, and you can start taking orders, and we let you keep a majority of the revenue.
I want to be a modern restaurant that just on everyone somehow. I don't know how. I don't care. I don't care if it makes money. Just I want the best experience possible. If Five Guys can be successful, like, why can't Beast Burger? You know what I mean?
In 2020, MrBeast wanted to build a business that could make money away from YouTube, but opening hundreds of normal restaurants would require years of construction, hiring, and testing. So Jimmy partnered with a company called Virtual Dining Concepts and launched MrBeast Burger through Ghost Kitchens. The idea was actually brilliant. Instead of building a new MrBeast restaurant, an existing business could sign up, learn the menu, order the ingredients and packaging, then begin selling MrBeast Burger through delivery apps. Restaurants were struggling during the pandemic, dining rooms were empty, businesses desperately needed another source of income. MrBeast supplied the name and the customers, Virtual Dining Concepts supplied the restaurant network, and existing kitchens prepared the food. On paper, everyone won. MrBeast could appear to open hundreds of restaurants almost instantly without actually constructing hundreds of restaurants. But the same shortcut that allowed the company to grow so quickly would eventually destroy it.
Police just told us they had to shut down a mile of traffic and there's 1,000 cars in line. I'm sorry for making you wait. Here's $100.
Thank you. Gotta give away money because we don't have any food ready. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. Got no food. Sorry.
Partner, basically a guy who's been doing restaurants his whole life. He owned 300 restaurants, so he launched with his 300 restaurants. And that first day, they all sold out.
MrBeast launched the company the most MrBeast way possible. He took over a real restaurant, rebranded it, offered free food, and began handing customers money. The result was complete chaos. Thousands of people arrived, traffic stretched for miles, police became involved, and the kitchen couldn't prepare the orders quickly enough. But the chaos only made the launch look more successful. That same night, MrBeast Burger became available through hundreds of virtual locations across the United States. The app reached #1 before immediately crashing under the weight of the demand. Most restaurant companies spent decades building recognition. MrBeast already had millions of young fans waiting to purchase whatever he announced. He didn't need to convince people that the food was good. At the beginning, the fact that it was MrBeast food was enough. The company reportedly sold more than 1 million burgers within its first several months and began expanding rapidly across America and Canada. MrBeast Burger wasn't simply successful, it looked like proof that a YouTuber could build a fast food empire overnight. The numbers became ridiculous. MrBeast Burger sold more than 1 million burgers in approximately 90 days. The company doubled its number of kitchens, it entered Canada, and eventually spread into countries around the world. The operation reportedly generated more than $150 million during its first calendar year. From the outside, MrBeast had discovered an infinite money machine. He uploaded a video, millions of fans ordered food, existing restaurants prepared it, and everybody received a nice juicy cut. The bigger MrBeast's audience became, the more valuable the restaurant brand appeared. But there was one massive problem hiding underneath those numbers. MrBeast Burger wasn't really one restaurant chain. It was hundreds of completely different kitchens pretending to be the same restaurant. And once customers began opening the bags, the illusion started falling apart.
How much money have you given away at the window?
A lot.
How much food have we given away?
A lot.
I'm going broke! I'm not gonna lie, I thought owning a restaurant would be easier. It's actually kind of hard.
Virtual Dining Concepts needed businesses willing to prepare the MrBeast Burger menu. During the pandemic, there was no shortage of restaurants looking for extra revenue, but that created a huge quality control problem. One order might be prepared inside a respected restaurant with experienced cooks and proper equipment. The other could be made out of a shitty restaurant with shitty cooks and shitty equipment. So the name on the app was always MrBeast Burger, the packaging always showed MrBeast branding, but the people preparing the food, the equipment they use, and the standards inside the kitchen could be completely different. Jimmy had effectively created something resembling a franchise without the level of control normally expected from a franchise. McDonald's does not allow every random restaurant to interpret a Big Mac however it feels like that afternoon. But with MrBeast Burger, customers had no idea what version of the product they were going to receive. Mr. Beast controlled the marketing, he controlled the announcement videos, he, practically controlled the hype. But he couldn't inspect a burger being prepared in a random kitchen hundreds of miles away. And when something went wrong, customers didn't blame that anonymous kitchen, they blamed the person whose face had convinced them to order it.
Wait guys, I don't really know anything about burger. Are you sure this is raw, boys? I feel like this burger is raw.
As long as we have competitive prices and the food tastes phenomenal, which I think it does. I just don't see why it won't work.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I don't even think the burger's cooked all the way. I'm not even joking.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's pink in the inside.
Yeah, I
mushy
see it.
Pink.
Yeah, I see that too.
This is wild.
Look how small that patty is.
And then how much was he's basically running a franchise.
Right.
You need to, as the brand, regulate the quality of stuff that comes out of there. I'm not going to put it on the ghost kitchen, you know what I mean?
Soon, pictures of terrible orders started appearing everywhere. Customers reported missing ingredients, badly assembled sandwiches, completely burnt food, and meat that appeared dangerously undercooked. Some people even claimed they found hair inside the meals. Not every location was terrible, that was almost a bigger problem. One customer could receive a perfectly acceptable burger, another person ordering the exact same menu item could receive something completely different. There was no reliable MrBeast Burger experience, there were hundreds of separate restaurant experiences wearing the same logo. And honestly, Jimmy deserves blame for that. Virtual dining concepts were supposed to handle the restaurant network and maintain quality, but MrBeast willingly attached his reputation to a system he couldn't control. He advertised it directly to an extremely loyal and very young audience, he celebrated every new location, he pushed the idea that the company could expand almost infinitely. He wanted the benefits of having a MrBeast Burger everywhere without accepting how difficult controlling restaurants everywhere would become. The brand expanded faster than its quality control system could handle, and reports of raw, burnt, and incomplete food became recurring viral content. Bad food wasn't some unpredictable accident, it was the obvious result of scaling the branding before proving the kitchens could consistently prepare the product.
We're gonna 5x the world record tomorrow. Is that not crazy?
What's the world record?
It was 2,000 burgers in a single day by restaurant.
Who did it?
I don't know, but we're aiming for 10,000. And I've never ran a restaurant before. And I have to do 5 times better than anyone in the world's ever done on my first day.
It's a MrBeast statue. We're gonna gift it to Big Jimmy. We waited 2 days, we camped outside, and we slept in our car, and then now we're over here, waiting.
And we do your paycheck, we throw $1,000 on it, because today is going to be a lot of work. But I really need you guys to step up. If you could really do your best to make them all have a good time. I want everyone who came here to be happy.
All right, thank you so much everyone for coming out. I love all of you. Thank you.
It's great.
It's great.
Yeah, man.
Worth the wait?
It is worth. It is worth 24 hours.
Yet somehow MrBeast Burger continued looking more successful than ever. In 2022, the company opened a physical restaurant at the American Dream Hall in New Jersey. The launch attracted an enormous crowd, fans traveled from around the world, some reportedly camped outside just for the chance to enter and possibly meet MrBeast. The restaurant claimed it broke the world record for the most burgers sold by one location in a single day. This should have been the moment MrBeast Burger became a permanent fast food giant. Instead, it was basically the company's victory lap before the collapse became impossible to hide. Because those people weren't necessarily waiting overnight because MrBeast Burger had become the greatest food in America. They were waiting because MrBeast was standing inside. The company had mastered the first purchase. It had converted fandom into massive opening day demand, but it still hadn't proven that people would continue returning because the food itself was worth buying. The crowd showed how powerful MrBeast's name had become. The complaints showed how dangerous it was to place that name on a product he couldn't control.
You lose money in a video, you're like, well, MrBeast Burgers is popping off this week.
Exactly.
And by the way, it is.
It took fucking hour for this shit to come. This how the burger look. don't know how to feel about that.
No, I plan on running a restaurant chain, but here I am trying to have someone build this company for me and just do it myself because it's scary. Like I spent my whole life studying YouTube videos of virality, not business building. But
even after the physical restaurant opened, complaints continued appearing from ghost kitchens around the world. The brand had expanded into more than 20 countries, but every new country also created more restaurants MrBeast could not personally supervise. By this point, Jimmy had largely stopped advertising MrBeast Burger. The company was still accepting orders, the locations were still operating, but the man whose face sold the entire idea no longer appeared proud of it, and his own comments revealed the problem. MrBeast had spent his life studying YouTube. He understood thumbnails, audience retention, analytics, and viral ideas better than almost anybody alive. But a restaurant cannot be fixed in editing. You cannot remove the undercooked section before uploading the burger. You cannot change the thumbnail and convince somebody that missing fries were actually delivered. Food requires boring systems, training, inspections, supply chains, consistent ingredients, and thousands of workers following the same standards every day. MrBeast tried to scale the restaurant like he scaled his channel. Make it bigger, make it faster, open more locations, generate more attention, but food punishes shortcuts immediately. In June 2023, MrBeast finally said publicly what people had suspected for years. He claimed that ghost kitchens made consistent food quality almost impossible. He admitted that he had signed a bad deal, and he said virtual dining concepts will not allow him to end the operation, despite the damage it was causing to his reputation. Jimmy quickly deleted the post, but the screenshots had already spread everywhere. This was the moment MrBeast stopped speaking like the proud founder of a restaurant empire and started speaking like somebody trapped inside his own company. But he couldn't simply announce that the experiment was over. He had willingly entered a contract. Virtual dining concepts had built a massive business around his name. Restaurants, suppliers, and workers were all making money through that agreement. MrBeast benefited massively when the operation was growing. Now that the food had become embarrassing, he wanted out, and virtual dining concepts wasn't going to let his most valuable celebrity partner leave quietly. The following month, MrBeast's company sued Virtual Dining Concepts. The lawsuit accused the operator of prioritizing rapid expansion over food quality and claimed that disgusting and inedible meals had caused serious damage to the MrBeast brand. It also raised disputes surrounding trademarks connecting to MrBeast Burger. Virtual Dining Concepts responded with a massive countersuit. The argument was basically the complete opposite. They said MrBeast had willingly signed the agreement and benefited from success, then used his enormous online audience to destroy the company when he wanted to escape the contract. They also claimed that MrBeast had encouraged aggressive expansion and it couldn't suddenly pretend the growth had nothing to do with him. And honestly, both sides had a point. MrBeast was probably right that the inconsistent food had become terrible for his reputation, but Virtual Dining Concepts was also right about one thing. Jimmy couldn't celebrate every new kitchen while the money and headlines were positive, then act like he was completely separate from that expansion once the complaints became embarrassing. Virtual Dining Concepts was supposed to operate the restaurants properly. MrBeast was still the person who lent them the audience and the name. The partnership had become so toxic that both companies were now arguing over who destroyed a business they had once celebrated together. MrBeast Burger wasn't the only ghost kitchen business struggling. The entire model had been built for a very specific moment. During the pandemic, dining rooms were closed and delivery demand exploded. Once normal restaurants reopened, the advantage started to disappear. Delivery apps charged enormous fees, food and labor remained expensive, restaurant profit margins were already extremely thin, and customers became increasingly suspicious of unfamiliar brands that were secretly operating from the kitchen of another restaurant. The model that looked revolutionary in 2020 began looking like a temporary pandemic trend. MrBeast Burger had the biggest possible celebrity name attached to it, and even that wasn't enough to solve the fundamental problems. The company could generate attention, it could generate first-time orders, but it couldn't guarantee that every kitchen would produce food people actually wanted to purchase again. Years after the lawsuits began, the two sides were still fighting over the aftermath. The remaining questions included who breached the agreement first, whether MrBeast could legally separate himself from the brand, who was responsible for the reputational damage, and who controlled trademarks connected to MrBeast Burger. The restaurant had gone from a supposedly unstoppable business to something MrBeast barely wanted to acknowledge, and yet parts of the operation remained alive while the legal dispute continued. This might be the most embarrassing part of the entire story. MrBeast created the demand, MrBeast's face sold the meals, MrBeast's audience made the company valuable, but once he decided the business was harming him, his name had become tied to contracts and partnerships that couldn't simply be deleted like a bad YouTube upload.
In some sense, also open your mind to something like Feastables. Feastables is something I've always wanted to do. We spent probably over 2.5 years before we even launched, just like building the right team, figuring things out, and making sure it was actually ran the way I wanted.
MrBeast appears to have learned from the disaster. His next major food company, Feastables, was built around having far more control over the product. Instead of allowing hundreds of unrelated kitchens to interpret the menu, his company could oversee ingredients, manufacturing, packaging, and distribution much more closely. MrBeast Burger taught him that having the biggest audience on YouTube doesn't automatically make you an expert in every industry. Attention can launch a business, it cannot replace the systems required to keep the business alive. MrBeast's audience could make hundreds of locations profitable overnight, but that same audience also meant every raw burger became a viral post attached directly to his reputation. MrBeast Burger didn't collapse because nobody wanted it. It collapsed because millions of people wanted it before the company had proven it could consistently make it. Jimmy successfully scaled the brand before anybody successfully scaled the food. And by the time he realized the deal was damaging his reputation, MrBeast Burger had become something he could no longer easily control. It rose faster than almost any restaurant brand in history, and that impossible speed is exactly what caused it to fall.